Om Shanti, good morning. So today we'll revise yesterday's Murli that Bapdada spoke. The original date, 16th of March 2011. So the title, Do the Service. Do the service of making the elements pure, satoguni, by serving through your mind. Have good wishes and pure feelings, and perform the dance of harmonizing your sanskars. Burn your old sanskars, and by coloring yourself with the color of God's company, celebrate the true Holi. So Bapdada giving us the easy method to change our sanskars is just to burn the old ones by bringing ourselves in the awareness that we are in God's company. We've got God's hands, so we can just be in His company. And then our sanskars can transform very easily just by remembering Him, loving Him, being close to Him. And that's the celebration of true Holi. So Baba says, today the holiest Father has come to celebrate Holi with his children. All of you have also come to celebrate Holi. All the children everywhere who are sitting far away are also sitting down to celebrate Holi. Which color Holi have you come to celebrate? You know that the most elevated color is the color of God's company. This color makes you constantly the most elevated of all. Just as the Father is the highest on high, in the same way, God's company also makes you the highest on high. He is seeing a star of fortune sparkling on the forehead of each child. Throughout the whole cycle, this star of fortune is attained by no one except you, fortunate children. The elevated fortune is that it is only you children who become double pure, that is, holy. There are also religious souls, but their bodies are not pure. In the future, you Brahmin souls will be pure and you will have pure bodies. The sign of being double pure is that you receive a double crown. In the whole cycle, only you become double crowned. At the confluence age, by having the color of the Father's company, you become double pure. God's color of the confluence age makes you double pure. Because of staying with the Father and because of being combined with the Father, you have become double pure on this Holi. You constantly have the Father's company in your heart. I think that's a beautiful affirmation line by Baba and something we all would like in our lives. You constantly have the Father's company in your heart. Sometimes Baba says in your mind, sometimes he says in your intellect, or sometimes he'll say something else in your karmas. Today he's saying the way to become pure. Baba is saying you constantly have the Father's company in your heart. This color is so elevated that it makes you as elevated. People celebrate Holi with physical color, whereas you become holy with the color of the Father's company. This too is double Holi. Your Holi is unique in the world and it is loved by the Father. You have the intoxication that because your Holi is colored with the color of Father's company, it makes you pure for half a cycle in such a way that even now your images are worshipped with discipline. No one else's images are worshipped with so much love. And I found that such a unique point that Baba is joining or making discipline and saying that being as disciplined as we are, that shows how much love the bhakts have for us, which was quite a unique point for me. I know it does make sense. The more maryadas we follow, the more Haji part we follow, the more we are in tune with Baba, what Baba wants us to do. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes our own ego mind gets in the way and we don't really understand the significance of each Maryada Baba says, or sometimes we take it as a dogma that even perhaps the teacher, the center in charge or the instrument might be telling me to do. But I found that such a beautiful line that Baba reaffirming, because Baba does always there is a purpose why Baba tells us to follow the Maryadas, and Maryadas being very closely linked perhaps to Shrimat as well. So that's a nice way to being worshipped, that there is, when there's discipline, as much there is discipline, that's how much love the bhakts have for us as well. And perhaps, being disciplined is also a part of how close I am to God, and how much, I wouldn't say blindly trust God and say Haji to him, but having the respect and the courage to sometimes not listen to my own mind and say, well, that's okay, that doesn't really make sense, or this is not going to make a difference. But just having those steps and respecting Baba and having maybe self-respect and just saying, well, maybe God has a little bit higher understanding than I do at this moment. So being disciplined and having love. I'll just read that again for us. You have the intoxication that because your Holi is celebrated with the color of Father's company, it makes you pure for half a cycle in such a way that even now your images are worshipped with discipline. No one else's images are worshipped with so much love. You yourself can see your own images. Others are worshipped, but they are not worshipped for this duration, nor are they worshipped in this disciplined way. You constantly maintain your zeal and enthusiasm. And I think Baba has said many times in Murlis before as well, that Shrimat, following Shrimat and Maryadas is like the line of your protection. That's your Lakshman Rekha, that the more I follow Maryadas, the stronger I become. So perhaps if I see myself as a little child, that yes, I've done sometimes it might just be a tick box that something doesn't make sense to me, but I've done it just because Baba said it. And that leads to me having a lot of zeal and enthusiasm inside my heart. So many faceted ways Baba likes us to be happy and evolve and become pure, equal to Baba. So you constantly maintain your zeal, enthusiasm. You do maintain it, do you not? Do you stay in zeal and enthusiasm? In that case, raise your hands. Do you maintain it sometimes or all the time? those who say they constantly stay in zeal and enthusiasm and also give zeal and enthusiasm to others, raise your hands. Not those who do it only sometimes, but all the time. You have underlined the word constantly, have you not? However, whatever has been your stage, your devotees celebrate it in the form of a festival. You colored yourself with the color of God's company, and so they also apply color. But they are body conscious. They apply a physical color, which costs a lot of money. And its result is that some things are good, whereas other things are not so good. They celebrate this way. They definitely celebrate the memorial of your enthusiasm. In order to belong to God, you first of all burn your old sanskars, and then, because of being colored with the color of God's company, you celebrate all the time. They too first burn something and then celebrate. But there is the difference of day and night in the way that you celebrate and the way they celebrate. They are body conscious, whereas you are soul conscious. They have the awareness of the body. And perhaps this line is a challenge or a reminder, or again an affirmation by Baba. They have the awareness of the body, and you are aware of the soul. You have Bapdada's direction that Holi means to let the past be the past. And what a beautiful direction to have. What a beautiful direction. It's not something that I need to mull over. Just he's saying, let the past be the past. That's a beautiful direction. They also speak of Holi. Obviously, I think all of us know Hindi, which means it has happened already. But they do not put the meaning of it into a practical form. All of you, let everything be holy. That is, you let the past be the past. You do this, do you not? Or do you only do it sometimes? When you remember the past, you have many waste thoughts. Your time is also wasted. Since your sanskars over a long period of time continue to work, even against your conscious wish, then every minute of this confluence age, which helped to create a reward for 21 births, every thought and every minute are so valuable. That is not just 1 second that has gone by, but it creates a difference in the reward of many births. Bapdada has told you earlier too that you must not waste any time or thoughts of the period of the confluence age. If you are constantly colored with God's color, that is, if you constantly keep the Father as your companion, then you are able to make every thought and every moment, that is, every minute of the confluence age, worthwhile. So check your every minute and every thought. Check that they are worthwhile, or do they go to waste? Because it is not just 1 minute, but every minute and every thought have a connection with 21 births. They have this much value. Exclamation mark. So think about whether you constantly keep this much value in your heart. So again, Baba asking us to check. Where does he want us to check this time? He's not asking us to check our karams, our mind or intellect. He's saying, check your heart. So think about whether you constantly have this much value in your heart. It is said for the period of the confluence age, if not now, then never. Always have this value in your awareness. So, all of you celebrated Holi today. That is, you colored yourself with the color of the Father's constant company. So, did you check throughout the whole day whether you remained colored with the Father's color? Did you stay in God's company, or did you waste, or did your time and thoughts also go somewhere else? Did you check this? Nod in agreement. Do not wave your hands, but nod. Bapdada constantly signals to you, with the pure satoguni thoughts of your mind, continue to make matter, the elements, satoguni pure. Do you remember that service of the mind? Because the elements are now going to carry out their way in a big way. They work in a big way. This was just a small matter, but human souls have troubled the elements a lot, so they will also begin to cause troubles. And that is why the Father says, just as you are paying attention to become conquerors of Maya, you do pay attention to this, do you not? You have promised Maya it is your duty to come, and it is our duty to attain victory over you. All of you have promised this, have you not? Have you? You want to become a conqueror of Maya, do you not? Similarly, you also have to become a conqueror of the elements because you want to rule the kingdom, do you not? Your kingdom is coming, is it not? Do you have this intoxication? People are wondering about what will happen and they are afraid, whereas all of you know that it is now the Amrit Vela, the confluence age. And what comes after Amrit Vela? Morning. Our kingdom is going to come in that morning. You have this intoxication, do you not? Is it our kingdom or just the kingdom of the Maharathis? It is the kingdom of all of you. You are not worried about what will happen. You know that the best of all will happen. In your kingdom, even matter has to be Sato Pradhan. Who is going to make the impure matter pure? So what a lovely question. Who is going to make the impure matter pure? Of course, it's going to become pure by itself in the way that, of course, there are many Maharathis who are working on it, who have already worked on it. So it will become pure. But, taking this Murli for myself, making myself pure, increasing, changing my sanskars. So Baba's asking, who is going to make the impure matter pure? Or will it be okay for matter to be as it is? Will it be okay? Will it do in your kingdom? Will it? Say yes or no. Will it do? So, who will make the matter pure? Who will make the matter pure? You do this. You will do this. Will you not? This is why the first scene of suddenly, just a small one, has just begun. I think there was some gas leak at that time, if I'm not wrong, in Japan or somewhere that was going somewhere, that was leaking around into other countries as well. So Baba's referring to that. That is why the first scene of suddenly, just a small one, has just begun. Now, more and bigger scenes are yet to come, and they will come suddenly. Baba's favorite warning and teaching for us, achanak, suddenly. What you never even thought of is going to happen. Bapdada has been teaching you the lesson of suddenly for a long time. However, now seeing this in the practical form, you have to begin your work and not to be afraid. You tell the story of how there will be a fire all around, and yet God's children remain safe. So even now, the children are safe, are they not? Test papers will definitely come, but you have to carry out your double work. So our double work, first you have to face everything. So first you have to face everything while being smart. You have to be clever. You have to be egotistical. You have to be sad. What do we have to be? So Baba is saying, first you have to face everything while being fearless. So simple. We just have to face everything while being fearless. Second, who is going to serve your devotees and your unhappy brothers and sisters? You are colored with the color of God's company. And so, whatever you have attained by being colored with the color of God's company, you have to distribute that to your brothers and sisters and devotees with a lot of love. With a lot of love. Who is remembered at the time of sorrow? Whether they consider him to be God or not, even out of compulsion, they would definitely say, "Oh Father, oh God." So you children of God now have to become supports for those who are in sorrow. We have to become supports for those who are in sorrow. Become their support with your good wishes. So how to become their support? Become their support with your good wishes, pure feelings, and the rays that you have received from the Father. After all, they are your family, are they not? In a family, cooperation is given to one another. The very name is Sehayog, cooperation, elevated yoga. This is the means of giving support. You were given a message to fix a time for yourself. Do not think it will happen. You have fixed times for traffic controls and Amrit Vela, have you not? In the same way, according to your task, now according to the time, this service through the mind is extremely essential. So just like we have fixed a time for Murli revision, Avayat Murli every day, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And Baba is saying we now also need to fix a time for Mansa Seva. So what time Baba is drilling us and asking us now. So make time for this. Be merciful. Be benevolent. What is your self-respect? So what is our self-respect? Our Swaman? World benefactors. So, do you feel mercy or do you think it will happen? You mustn't be careless in this because whomever you give sakash to will become your devotees. So, what must you do? Do you pay this attention? Those of you who feel that you are paying attention to this and that it will increase, raise your hands. You are putting your hands up and down. It is all visible on the TV. If so many of you put your self-respect in the practical form, then even now at the confluence age, souls will sing songs of your praise. Va, God's children, va. You have given us so much support. For you, it is a matter of giving support at this time, and they will continue to sing your songs for half the cycle. You will become their ancestors. You are ancestors. Where are Brahmins sitting in the picture of the tree? You are sitting under it, are you not? So you are the ancestors too, are you not? Can you hear the sound of the devotees? Caution yourself a little. So Baba's saying, can you hear the sound of the devotees? If we can't, or if we sometimes hear and we sometimes don't, Baba is saying, caution yourself a little. You have to become a support for those who are in sorrow. You have to become a support. You have to become a support for those who are in sorrow. When you think that you have to become a support for those who are in sorrow, when you think, then you will hear their sound. So did everyone celebrate Holi? For you, the whole confluence age is holy. You remain constantly in the color of God's company. The memorial is celebrated for 1 or 2 days, whereas you stay in God's company for the whole confluence age. You have this intoxication, do you not? The pure, helpless people are constantly begging, God, do this for us, do that for us. However, you have received a guarantee for births that you will not have any scenes of sorrow even in your dreams. So no scenes of sorrow even in your dreams. No waves of sorrow will come even in your thoughts. If each one of you wants to claim the kingdom for all the time, then you can create your companions of the family of the golden age, the royal subjects and the ordinary subjects at this time. You have a guarantee for 21 births. Do a little service and make some time because you have the power of thought anyway. So Baba is reminding us again of a wonderful power that we have. What power do we have? All it takes is just one determined thought, one thought. Do a little service and make some time because you have the power of thought anyway. Simply also give what you have received from the Father to your brothers and sisters. Bapdada has told you earlier to constantly check that you are performing the dance of harmonizing sanskars in the midst of the Brahmin family. Bapdada has asked you to fix a date for when you are going to perform that dance. Can it be fixed? Can it? Those in the first row speak. Raise your hands. Can it happen? Even you Pandavas have to raise your hands. There cannot be salvation without the Pandavas. Acha, it is now the last turn. One more meeting still remains. For that, each one of you has to fix and write down. So each one of you has to fix and write down the determined thought that you are going to have for yourself. How long will it take for the whole Brahmin family to stop using? Baba being very clever and nice for us. How long will it take for the whole Brahmin family to stop using? So not removing and suppressing. He's saying stop using their old sanskars. Whether it is my own sanskars or the sanskars of the others, these should not influence me. Can this date be fixed? Can it? Raise your hands. Acha, take everyone's photo because just as you saw that scene of suddenly, in the same way, everything is going to happen suddenly. And that is why Bapdada wants to see the preparations. You give good wishes and have pure feelings for others. Bapdada saw that you made a program to serve others. So if you have good wishes and pure feelings constantly for every soul, it has to be number-wise anyway. In the memorial of your rosary, is everyone number one? They are number-wise, and yet they are threaded in the rosary, are they not? Why did they get a number? They have different sanskars, but instead of seeing their sanskars, you have to have good feelings and pure wishes. Ultimately, they are also part of the Brahmin family. It doesn't matter what they are like. They are my family, are they not? Just as you say, Mera Baba, in the same way, it is also my family. It is good that the majority of you also have raised your hands. So, all of you have this zeal and enthusiasm, and that is why you have raised your hands. So, be cooperative with one another, and by having a vision and attitude and awareness of good wishes, pure feelings, it will not be a big thing to perform this dance. Whoever claims a good number in this and carries this out practically by the date, you will receive a unique and a lovely prize. Baba will not tell you what the prize is now, but he will give you a prize. Okay. So wonderful. We might stop here. That's okay.
Yes, we can stop here. The
Sorry.
rest of the Murli we can take as homework.
Sure. So we'll have a minute. Okay, Shanti. We might open up the floor to everyone who might want to.
Om Shanti.
Yeah.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning.
What a visualization yesterday. I really took whenever Holi comes. You know, I don't see Bapdada on the stage like that. I see Baba and me, Baba standing with a sprinkler, and he's sprinkling me those colors. And I'm dancing, I'm trying to dodge him because I feel Baba is very naughty. He's making me wet and all. But once the color, what he sprinkles, falls on you, it's such a beautiful feeling. You know, and I go in, I always have got these kind of singing songs whenever this. I always used to like that song, you know, of Holi Highway or Badse. So I used to say, oh God, yes, color me with your company. And today, Baba in the Murli, he's given such a different meaning. See, the word holy, today only two things I could take. One is holy purity. So when Baba is sprinkling you with that water, he's cleansing you. So that water, like as if I'm having a shower, he's burning it, all something of me with some kind of a soap or something. And then we both dance together. That's the thing. So if you are with the Father's company, as Shiv Shakti, which he said, then that color. And even this colors, the other meaning, Baba also mentioned in yesterday's Sunday Murli in the blessing, that to let go of the past, he said, intense effort maker. But today Baba is saying, forget the past, enjoy my company now. Let's come and dance. Let's come and enjoy. That is the holy. And the third thing which I took, which is something very, very, which touched me yesterday, is the word suddenly. Because before Bapdada's Murli, I just went across the news of what was happening in the world in Syria, where millions of thousands were dying. I said, Baba, I want to spray even the color on them. They are all gone now. It's holy. At least let me give them the color. So I tried to choose color. Holi has got different color. I chose blue for bringing love, red for choosing about passion, blue for calmness, but I spoke more of white on these souls. Because Baba said, you have whatever you have received color from me, go and distribute it to the brothers and sisters. So yesterday, I don't know, I felt like just going down to them and sprinkling this white. I feel like singing that song, Rang Barse. Holi is such a lovely festival, a lovely thing. God's company, what color? Imperishable color, I think. Every other color, they go and wash it off after Holi. But I think I'm not going to wash. This spray with Baba keeps giving me every option.
Yeah, what a wonderful takeaway from such a rich Murli Baba's given us. Holy, the different meanings of holy that we can apply in our lives. And the significance, and Baba reminding us that if, the Bhagats are happy for one day, being so pure and, being so happy and having so much zeal and enthusiasm. And there's so much joy. We remember as kids playing Holi, and even if now you look around, it's such a joyous event, such a joyous holiday. Just the moment you sprinkle color on someone, you get joy. You just sparkle and you're happy and you giggle and, they giggle in return. And there's a little bit, such a sweet relationship with each other. Just the fact that you've taken some physical color and sprinkled it on someone, mostly. So Baba's reminding us that even if now at the end of the Kali Yuga, at the end, they can be so happy, they've remembered the events and they've tried it, at least they've taken that joy and that zeal and enthusiasm and applied it for one day. How much should I be? And how much I'm capable. And I think what a wonderful reminder that Baba is saying, you constantly be in that joy. It's not a task I have to do, but a wonderful opportunity. And the trust Baba has in me that, wow, you can do it. That love and that zeal and that enthusiasm and that company and those beautiful sanskars that you want, you can have it constantly. You can always carry that with you. Whichever point in the drama helps you remember that, whether it's the festival, or whether it's, Baba also referred a little bit to the calamities, what the elements are doing now as well. So if that helps you remember that, yes, there is so much sorrow, and I can be the one. What a wonderful thing that I think where a lot of our discussion in the Kali Yuga now happens is people feel helpless and they sort of like, oh my God, what's happening in the world? And I think, everyone sort of feels that now. I don't think anyone anyone in the world, especially now, would say everything's happy, everything's okay. Oh my God, what's happening to the government? Oh my God, what's happening to the environment? What's happening with this cyclone happening and that happening and those fires happening? So Baba reminding me that you are the one to change that. You are the one, to become the conqueror of elements. So will you change the matter, or will the matter change by itself? So a wonderful trust and power that Baba's given me. And I think that's so, so lovely, rather than it being a burden on me that I have to do it. Why should I do it? Why should I be the one who always, shuts up and doesn't get in the argument, going, wow, I can do it, flipping whatever, wow, Baba trusts me, wow, I have the power. So what a wonderful, wonderful outlook, change in outlook. So let someone else add something.
Om Shanti. Baba also touched upon the importance of thought. So we should not be wasting anything. So every thought has to be in a worthwhile way. So this awareness we need to have that, it's so much valuable time is going on, because every thought that we think has so much of value in it. And it's not just 1 second or 1 minute if we waste. It is not just counted as 1 minute. Baba says, every minute and every thought has a connection with 21 births of the upcoming. So that much value has got for that every thought that we think. So it has a connection with our 21 births that's coming. So it's very important that we take it seriously and then consciously, check if anything is getting wasted or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the takeaway from. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think what a wonderful power I would feel that is to have, to want to be able to do something. It can, and anything can seem such a big task. But Baba said that every second, it's not that for 21 births, you have to work for 21 births, which, what I would feel the rest of the world, perhaps in Bhakti, would feel like, this birth is just for this birth. Or, if I have to earn, and obviously if I want to be rich, I have to do certain things and, follow certain, go through certain hardships. And what a wonderful blessing, what a wonderful thing Baba's given us, that it just takes 1 second of yours. So am I that grateful to use every second in that worthwhile way? Do I again feel a burden of that? Or do I go, wow, any second that I go, yes, I become in the right consciousness, and I come in the right state of mind, and I click with Baba. And I go, wow, that second is what's taking me across. Baba's saying, constantly be that, because every second of yours. So what a wonderful, wonderful point. Thank you. Got a few things in the chat. Just read that. M. Radharamani has said, service through the mind is extremely essential. Test paper will come. We must face it fearlessly. Whatever may be the situation, the cat and his kittens are safe. Whoever I give Sakash, they will become my devotee. Confluence age, Amrit Vela, golden age, morning. Yeah, what a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful points. And yeah, Baba did emphasize a lot that service through the mind. And somewhere I feel like that's the, Baba does say that's the most powerful, but I think for a lot of us, service through the mind is the easiest. Because we sometimes don't have the resources, we don't have access to the center per se who does a lot of physical service, or we don't have access to big platforms where we can do vocal service and use our vacha. But even those are still limited. Whoever, even if I'm the biggest star on TV, even in a Lokik way now, how many people can you reach, But with my thought, with my powerful thoughts, when I'm in the company of Bapdada, I can reach every single soul. I can reach every single soul. So service through the mind. How lovely.
Sister, I just had a small thing. See, I always think about this matter, purifying matter. I don't know, but it's not. See, even if Baba says to go and give Sakash over there and all, a human soul or even the atmosphere, okay. But whenever it comes to, and today Baba said, as somebody spoke about thoughts, pure satoguni thoughts of your mind. I was just having a dialogue. How do we really use that to make matter satoguni? Because I believe in this, like every morning when I get up, I open the doors, I say, good morning, universe. Thank you very much. Good morning, sun. A kind of thanking nature and all. But then after some time, say during the day, I find what all havoc is really done by nature. I said, oh, I told you good morning in the morning, but what happened to you today? A kind of a dialogue I have. So I don't think I'm very successful in that matter. And Baba has put a condition. You have to change matter because the matter has to become Satopradhan later. So can you say, suppose there is no one else for sharing, if you could just say, Holi, and then that what Baba mentioned in the Murli about making matter Satoguni.
I think when Baba refers to things like making things, giving sakash or making matter pure, making matter satoguni, I think it's more about my relationship with matter. Because, we've all chosen to come on planet Earth. So why would I choose to come on planet Earth? Is to enjoy it, right? I want to enjoy the beautiful nature, the waterfalls, the trees, the sceneries. We've got the beaches, the mountains. So I want to enjoy. So again, Baba, bringing that consciousness back on myself, that my relationship that you are, as you said, we get up in the morning and there's, you enjoy the sun. So you go, wow, good morning, sun. You look at that and there's a wonder. Wow, look at that beautiful beach, or look at this beautiful, the fresh air I'm breathing. So your relationship with whichever element, that starts to become pure because you are syncing with that energy. As Baba says, obviously matter, like all of us, we go through the cycle. Matter also goes through a cycle because of XYZ reason. And, our energy falls down and matter becomes impure. But then if our relationship starts, if I'm syncing and harmonizing my relationship on a purer level, so I'm, being grateful, when I'm syncing with that purer energy, then I think sort of give myself the power, and I can come in the time when matter is resonating on that energy level. I hope that's making sense. That's similar, that matter will, of course it will change on its own as well. But if I'm still resonating on the level that, oh my God, what's happening? Why is a cyclone happening? Because I'm in a limited consciousness. I'm not expanding my consciousness to see that the matter is just taking back the harmonized, the beautiful cycle that was happening before. So your human consciousness or our wrong actions have changed the natural cycle of things, how things, because obviously nature is so powerful, it's so intelligent that she has her own cycle. Things happen, like we all learned the water cycle in class in primary school, high school. So there is a cycle, and that happens. If we let that happen naturally, there'll be a beautiful harmony. Then it keeps happening. There's no waste. There's no issues. Everything's sort of harmoniously happening. But because we've interfered because of our thoughts, of course, as well. But we've also, I think we all know about deforestation. You know, we dry out the ocean, and we make houses in the wrong place, and then we make gutters in the wrong place. We pull out trees and all of that. We've done those physical actions. So it's literally because nature is so powerful as well. She will take back what she feels is right, like any of us will do as well. You know, if somebody takes away what's rightfully mine, I will kind of retaliate and go, no, I need that back. So nature is taking, it's not a cyclone. That cyclone is destructive, but looking at it from a nature's point of view, rather than just looking at it as something destructive or something wrong is happening, she's just trying to come back. She's just trying to come back in harmony, that the way it was. Of course, it's leading to something destructive because I've changed so many elements of it. I've changed, you know, so many things that were naturally meant to happen. So it's become destruction now. But it was always meant to be, like rain's always meant to happen. If I've made, you know, if I've done deforestation and I've made houses in the wrong place, and I've, you know, kind of stripped and changed the whole dynamics of this beautiful planet Earth, then I will say there's a flood. So it's not actually a flood, it's because I've done that. You know, like we know Dubai does cloud seeding, and, you know, there's other things that we artificially do. So I think kind of that's the science kind of thing of it. But for me, when Baba says become Prakriti Jit, it's me harmonizing and syncing my energy with the purer way she operates, the way nature is meant to be. You know, she's extremely powerful, and she's extremely harmonious, and she's extremely giving. That's what nature is. So if I can't sync with that energy, then I will sort of not be, you know, ultimately I will not be coming at the time when everything is perfect and pure. I will come a bit later, you know, when Baba brings in everything is number wise. So I have to be grateful, and I have to give it sakash in the sense that I am sorry for the destruction I have done knowingly or unknowingly. You know, I live in a house. I might not have cut down the trees, but I'm using the wrong things that have been done maybe by other people, and I don't have control over it, but I'm still being a part of that. You know, I live on this planet Earth. It's my responsibility. So I have to be aware of that as well. You know, I have not caused that cyclone, but in a way I have been a contributor of it. So being aware, taking responsibility, and then, you know, respecting nature and Mother Earth, that she has the right, you know, she has the right to go back to being the original pure. And then I will enjoy that. You know, I will enjoy when she's in perfect harmony, when it's perfectly spring. There is no extreme harsh weathers. There is no extreme floods or extreme torrential rains or harsh sun. You know, the sun is so beautiful, but now we go out in certain countries, you can't, because it's so harsh and it will burn you. So that's sort of an energy. And, you know, I, as the giver, bringing everything back, and I'm taking a bit longer because, you know, nature is such a beautiful topic for me, that being the giver, I have to be the giver all the time. So, you know, whatever I find, Baba saying, constantly be the giver, constantly be in the company of my heart, constantly have all of that. So if I'm the giver, giving sakash, and, you know, giving sakash to the elements is one of the best service we can do. It's one of the best times we can spend, you know, even beyond a destructive something happening in the world. I can sync myself with the purer way she harmonizes, nature harmonizes in the world, on the planet Earth. I hope that clarified it and did not make it a little bit worse. Okay. I'll read the comment someone had wrote in the chat box. Okay, in devotion, in Shastras, we start the morning with Prakriti Yoga, Surya Namaskar, and prayers. Yes, how wonderful. Gratitude to the universes. Yeah, and I think that's an innate thing that it comes from every human. We are grateful, you know, whether you say it you know, obviously or not, everyone's grateful for planet Earth. Everyone, you know, everyone will have something where, you know, they will feel you can't escape the beautiful energy of this universe. The moment you go on a beach, it doesn't matter whether you know, if people say, what's your favorite mountain beaches, all of that. But, you know, the moment I go there, I do feel this sense of loveliness and gratitude. So elements do give a lot to us. I'll read the next point. Someone has written, yes, it's the job of Maya to come, but our job to become victorious over it. And he's written a wonderful point every time. It's the job of Maya to come. Yeah, yeah. And if you can have that enthusiasm in your life, that wonderful Maya, you have to come, because I have to be victorious over you. Not that you never come. You know, we have to be courageous enough to go, yes, Maya, you come so I can be the conqueror of Maya. So I think it's easy for us to look in our lives, whether it's a person, you know, whether it's your mom, father, your husband, spouse, children, your maid, your watchman, your neighbor. There is a Maya there that's challenging you every minute, every moment of the day. All of us have that. So reminding myself that it's my duty to come, to become the conqueror of Maya every time. I think that's lovely. Anyone else would like to share some thoughts before we wrap up? I think we have a couple more minutes if anyone would like to share. Okay, and I think I'll just end with, if we're okay to end. I think I mentioned it while we were reading the Murli as well, that the points that touched me was just Baba saying, you know, about your heart, be close, be in Baba's company in your heart. And Baba bringing that to discipline, which, you know, somehow touched me this time. Because I remember being in this Murli in 2011. I remember meeting Bapdada then as well. But obviously, you know, after 13, 14 years, you grow and evolve so much. Because I remember when we were watching the podcast last night, I spotted myself sitting in the audience a couple of times. And then that just sort of brought to my consciousness that how different a person, you know, same person I am, but how different of a consciousness I was then and what I am now. So, you know, hopefully that's learnings Baba's given us and we've grown. But discipline, I think that's something that really touched me. And discipline leading to love, I think that was a wonderful, wonderful little gift. So being disciplined and having a lot of love. So we might end here if that's okay, unless anyone else would like to share anything.
Sister, we can move to meditation. And yeah.
Is it just in silence or do we, sorry, I forgot. Or will you point?
If you can give some direction, that would be good. Some commentary.
Sure. Okay. So I think we'll go, just have a minute. Sitting, going up to the subtle region. So close to Bapdada. So close. My father that I've been looking for forever. He found me. Sitting so close, as Baba says, right inside my heart. There is nothing else, just Baba. Filled with golden light of love. So much love from Baba. Bapdada's love reaches every corner of my being, fills every dark corner, heals every wound. And with this renewed self, completely healed self, emerging my sanskars of being a world benefactor too. This love I receive from Baba, this joy I feel in his company, I want every one of my brothers and sisters, every soul, to feel the same love. Those golden white, golden red lights fills every dark corner of their souls too. They start resonating at the same frequency, filled with joy. The joy I would feel in the beginning of the golden age, having come on this beautiful planet Earth to enjoy the beautiful nature. I take that energy and I spread it to all the elements. Happiness, joy, gratitude, playfulness, happiness, the bliss I feel walking on that gorgeous grass. I am a world benefactor, just like my father. I am a world benefactor, just like my father. I am extremely close. I am the closest to Shiv Baba. I am always with Shiv Baba. Bapdada is always, always, always in my heart. Always in my heart. Always in my heart. Thank you, Bapdada. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Herman sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.